Hi, and welcome to another episode of Corner Office with Mayor Arthur Vigeant. I'm your host, Ryan Malyar. I'm the Executive Director here at WMCT-TV. Mayor, how's it going?
Fantastic.
That's what I like to hear. So I wanted to first bring everyone's attention to an email blast that I've been getting from City Hall called News and Initiatives, and it's just packed full of great info about what's going on in the city. Is this a new thing, or is it just new to me?
No, it's kind of a new thing. I mean, Trish Bernard came up with it, my chief of staff, a few months ago and said, you know, I'd just like to put out something quick, you know, not a lot of detail, but just attach some things to it of events and things that are coming up in the city. And I said, great. So
it's great.
I think she started doing it like 3 months ago.
Yeah, it's great. So for anyone who's watching and you want to get this monthly email blast, what you need to do to sign up is you go to the city website, which is marlborough-ma.gov. You click on departments, you click on mayor, and then on the left side, you're going to see subscribe to the mayor's monthly newsletter. That's all you got to do. And it really is fantastic. It has so many different things. One of the things I noticed is that the city is hiring. There are a lot of job opportunities.
We have a lot of openings.
So this is your opportunity to tell the folks at home, give them a pitch. Why should they come work for the city of Marlborough?
Know, sometimes it doesn't quite pay as much as private industry, but you know, the hours probably aren't as long as the private industry, and the benefits are fantastic. So it's different if, you know, we have a lot of good people that work a lot of hours, but sometimes in the private sector they really push you a little bit.
Sure.
So we try to do something with the salaries along the way. We've changed them a few times, but there's a big process in changing salaries, so we don't do it maybe as often as we should, but we have a lot of openings right now. I know we're going to be giving another test for police, I think police and fire coming up. We have clerks positions open, and right now
it ranges the whole gamut, and there's part-time stuff as well as full-time opportunities. So lots of
go on and take a look.
Absolutely. Now the city has been very receptive to this new farmers market. We're on its second year here. Tell me about it. Do we have more vendors this year? It seems like there's a lot more activity.
Well, you know, we kind of turned it over to Lost Shoe. Well, we pay for the entertainment, but they run the whole thing. And they did a real good job in bringing different vendors here. So we're really excited about it. We have a lot of activity down there. It goes along right with the pop-ups. So we have 3 pop-up retail stores down there that are doing really well. They're open a couple nights a week, but they're also there all day on Saturday. So we're like piggybacking the activity down.
Yeah, and all the traffic that you get down there. That's great.
That's what it's all about.
And the farmers market's going to run through October.
Yep.
That's great.
No, we're hoping to have a really big day when we have the food truck festival coming again.
Oh, you're jumping ahead here. So that's September 10th. 11 to 5, and that's going to be on Main Street between Bolton and Florence.
It's going to take the entire parking lot. It cuts off a piece of Main Street. We'll have a band playing, different bands playing all day long.
And it's not just food either. There's artists and craft vendors and so much
There'll be some
happening.
activity down here also for people to enjoy. It's a great venue. We tried it about 8-10 years ago. We did a one and done. It worked great. And then we kind of dusted it off after COVID and said, let's really run this thing and do an annual event. So MEDC's been running that for the last couple of years and do a fantastic job.
Are there beer vendors as well, or is it?
I believe we had a beer court last year.
Right.
In the parking lot right next door here.
Excellent. So much fun. Let's rewind just a little bit before that. We get the Labor Day Parade.
Yeah, I jumped ahead a little bit.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. It's all good. So we have the Labor Day Parade, and things are a little bit different this year.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, we have Main Street that's kind of dug up. We're in a lull right now as far as construction goes, but we're hoping to get it started again before Labor Day. So rather than deal with that, it was a big issue when we went through it years ago when we were doing downtown over. So it's an opportunity. We can loop right in the back and Granger Boulevard this year. So
yeah, we'll throw up a map on the screen so everyone can see.
Yeah.
It's not too different though. It just veers off onto Granger instead of going down Main Street.
No, and you know, it's just one of those things. We don't want any accidents to happen on Main Street. Things are going to be dug up. Things are already really kind kind of in flux on the road itself, but we're hoping to get started on the rest of the downtown project before September. So.
Sure. Speaking of projects, we've been following you around, seeing you everywhere. There's so many ribbon cuttings and unveilings. What are some of the things that have been wrapping up this summer?
Yeah, no, we just finished up the deck hockey facility, so we're
I haven't
excited
been
about
there
that.
yet.
Get down there. We're going to be running some programs this fall. Bobby Butler is going to be running a program down there this fall, so we're really excited about that. Then we finally got the stairway done next to the building here.
And it looks great.
It does. The DPW did a fantastic job. We slid it over a little bit, so it's a you know, there's safe stairs now.
Yes.
You know, they were getting a little wobbly there with the old wooden stairs, and a couple of the steps were kind of broken, so we fixed that. It's all new there. We put 2 new signs up. The entering downtown signs, they were kind of beat up, so we put 2 new signs up, one right here on Lower Bolton Street, and one up at the monument up at the beginning of Main Street. So
just amazing what a new sign will do. It just says, hey.
Yeah, just welcome to the city.
Welcome, welcome. Yeah. Now, speaking of welcome to the city, we're going to be welcoming many new people to the city, and there's been a lot of discussion going on about displaced people that are going to be housed at local hotels.
Right.
And there's a lot of misinformation. Can you just sort of tell us what's going on here?
Yeah, it's pretty frustrating for local officials. It's all over the state. I understand there's over 70 communities that are dealing with this at this point. So the state obviously has immigrants coming up from other parts of the country, and they're dispersing them around the state.
Okay.
So we were given virtually no notice that one of our hotels has about 20 homeless families in it, and the other hotel is going to be full of immigrants in a not too distant future. Right now we have 63 families there, and the big thing is with the immigrants that are coming in at the Holiday Inn, some of them do speak Spanish and Portuguese. A lot of them speak Creole. So there's no communication between us and them. We've been working on getting translators down there. And my biggest issue of the whole thing is trying to deal with the schools. Our schools are full at this point, and to bring in another 100 or 150 kids.
Do we know how many kids it's going to be?
It changes day to day.
Wow.
You know, we got an email from the governor's office the other day that they was shipping down a few more homeless people that just showed up, not the immigrants, but the homeless. And they're much easier to try to help out because you can communicate with them.
Sure.
But the Holiday Inn's really been very difficult, and there's nothing, you know, the governor's doing everything she can. I have a great relationship with the Secretary of Housing, so we've been working together. He gives me a heads up when another group is coming down. But
it's the uncertainty and surprise of it all that seems to be the real frustration.
And there's nothing to stop it. We have over 20,000 new immigrants that have come to the state of Massachusetts, and finding places for them to live is going to be difficult, considering we already have a whole housing crisis, and we already have some of our homeless in the hotels. We can't find them homes. How are we going to find this new 20,000 residents homes? So it all comes down to we are a right to shelter state. We're the only right to shelter state in the country. There are cities, larger cities that have it, but we're the only actual state that has it, and the legislature needs to take a look at that and change that. But to be honest with you, it's really the federal government that's putting this burden on the state and on the local officials, and they need to step up to the plate and do something about it. Right. Go into a room, come out with a bipartisan plan, and let's have immigration that has a process to it. We need the immigrants here. There's no question about it. It's just the diversity is wonderful for our communities, but there has to be a process, and they have to follow that process. So.
It's been interesting seeing different departments plan to adapt in different ways, and I saw that at a recent school committee meeting they were considering bringing on additional English teachers, ESL teachers. Did that go through, do you know?
Yeah, well, they're approving it tonight.
Oh, that's tonight.
that's not going to be an issue at all. The big issue is we're looking for Creole teachers, teachers that can speak in Creole.
Right.
And they're few and far between, first of all.
I don't think I've ever seen Creole language offered on any college curriculum.
Some of the communities already have it in their curriculum. I talked to some of the mayors at a meeting last week. But I think the problem is we may sign a couple up, but come the end of August, they're going to go to the highest bidder because all our communities are going for the same teachers.
Right.
And there's very few of them. So it's going to be a difficult situation. I'm trying to work with Department of Education to see if we can get some kind of waivers to do an education plan right in the Holiday Inn. Because I think initially all we're going to do is teach some basics as far as English and maybe math, some assimilation programs. So there's no reason we couldn't do it right there at the Holiday Inn. It's going to disrupt the classrooms because we would have to break it up to 2 or 3 kids per classroom because they're so full here in the city. So it's going to disrupt classrooms, and we can't put Creole speaking, paras or adults in the every classroom. We just don't have the resources.
Right, right. Now, Marlborough is also an interesting community because it has that hotels tax. Now, when you have these people staying in the hotels that are from the state, does the city still receive that same benefit on the tax?
That's up in the air right now. We're told we are going to get the tax.
Okay.
We'll wait and see.
We'll see.
It's important to get the rooms taxed. There's no question about it. But
it's minor.
More importantly, it's minor in the scope of things.
Yeah.
And we run over 70% occupancy in our hotels, so we're taking 2 offline for this. When we have the business community and the New England Sports Center that's trying to fill them up, and soccer tournaments and baseball tournaments. So now we're down to 9 hotels instead of 11 hotels. Our 2,000 rooms is now cut down to 1,700 rooms. So it's a difficult period, but it's not just us. There's many communities, Northborough, Westborough, Framingham, Shrewsbury, Concord, everyone's going through it. The good thing is we actually have one of the local organizations that is assigned to the Holiday Inn to stay there and to be a resource for them. The group that they just sent out last week to Northborough, I think it was Northborough, Framingham, Worcester, they just put them in a hotel. There's no resources for them, no nothing. So it's difficult.
Yeah. Let's talk about some more uplifting things that we've
you.
got going on, okay? You're going to be playing bocce with the seniors?
I'm going to try.
I don't even know how to play bocce ball.
No, well, they're going to instruct me as we're going. So
I'm sure
I think we go in the next couple of weeks down there.
I'm sure there's some
people wanna
pros
come
over
down
there.
Signed up.
So that's going to be August 24th,
Yeah.
2 p.m. There will be, is it a bocce tournament that they're doing?
Oh, well, we'll see how it turns out.
We'll see how competitive it gets.
Again, this is one of Trish's ideas, and I said, all right, I'll go along with it.
Well, seniors can RSVP at the Senior Center, August 24th, 2 p.m. I think there's going to be an ice cream truck over there, too.
We'll have something for them.
Awesome. And there's going to be a Veterans Health Fair, August 26th, 10 to 2 p.m. at the Senior Center.
Yeah, Mike Hennessy does a fantastic job. He's set this up a couple of times now for our veterans, and just an opportunity for them to come in and maybe get some help on some questions they have about health care.
Sure. And then we're rescheduling the senior beach barbecue. That had to get pushed back because of some crummy weather.
Yeah.
But that's going to be August 30th, 12 to 2. I'm guessing we got a band playing?
We got a band playing down there again. We'll be down the beach on the 30th.
Excellent. That's all I've got. Anything else we need to comment on today?
No, that was quite a bit. We're looking forward to keeping these things going and closing things out in the next 5 months with a bang,
Yeah. Do we have any dates that people need to take note of for election season, put on their calendars now?
I don't know.
You
I don't
know?
care. No, there's still an opportunity for new candidates to jump in. Obviously, all the council races are up. The mayor's office is up. I think 2 of the school committee positions are up. And there's still some opportunities in some of those open seats for people to come out and pull papers. So If you're interested and you have any questions, I'll be glad to talk to anyone that is interested in running. But you know, there's an opportunity with a couple open seats in the council and the mayor's seat to get out there and get involved in the community. I mean, there's a lot of people wait for these opportunities. Well, here's the opportunity. You know, there's going to be
there's going to be a lot of turnover.
3 or 4 open seats on
right.
the city council itself. So
yeah, so this is an opportunity to really make some change. If change is what you're looking to do, or
Yeah.
to have your voice heard, this is the time to do it.
And like I said, I'd be glad to talk to anyone that wants to know what's involved in being a councilor or a mayor or whatever. And in the years past, there were always people lined up to run for office in different positions, and now there's not quite as many. It's interesting how people have gotten a little complacent when it comes to elected officials, and
right.
they need to stand up. If you have some skills, and most of the skills really are common sense when you come to, being a mayor or being a city councilor. It's, it's not the being an engineer. Sometimes they get too far in the weeds if you're an engineer, but it's having common sense on getting things done, keeping things moving.
And even if you're not considering running, election turnout has been lower and lower year
Absolutely.
after year. So you got to get out there. I don't know what the campaign is. It used to be rock the vote, but it doesn't matter what campaign it is. You have to get out there and vote, even especially for your local elections this.
I think 1 or 2 of the races, there's only one candidate running on an open seat. I think it's Ward 3. There's only one candidate running, and that's just unheard of. That's always been a popular seat with, former Representative LeDuc, and there's been a whole slew of people. Christian Dumas is there now. It's just Mary Jo Naraki was there for a number of years, so it's one of those that. It's been really interesting. Mayor Stevens lived in Ward 3. I'm in Ward 3. Mayor McGordy lived in Ward 3. So it's an active ward, and hopefully we see a lot more activity before the next 2 weeks are up.
Right. Well, let's wrap it up for today. Thank you so much for joining me. And that brings us to the end of another episode of Corner Office with Mayor Arthur Vigeant. I'm Ryan Malyar. Take care, and we'll see you again next month.